What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by omahasteaks.com. You guys are going to omahasteaks.com right now in the search bar, typing in juice. That gives you a monster savings on the Hotter Than Fire pack. It's a ton of food for under $100, and now it's 12 free Omaha Steak Burgers, along with all the food you're going to get in this great Hotter Than Fire grill pack, $99.99 when you use that code JUICE in the search bar at omahasteaks.com. All right, so nothing yesterday, obviously, because I didn't bet. I'm glad I didn't bet. I would have bet the Pacers against OKC. I thought about laying the points with OKC, but I like the Pacers. We got the Pacers Summer League team. We got that right. So then I would have probably leaned into that, would have lost. So I'm glad I didn't bet it. Nothing on Summer League yesterday. So we just had the two college football bets to get into it. I have a college football bet again today and one NBA Summer League play for you guys here today. But before we do that, let's talk about which one of you has won the June upgrade to BettingPros Premium. The winner of that 1 year of BettingPros Premium is Jim Gagne, I think is how we say it. Please get in touch with our customer service agents at mailbag@bettingpros.com with your proof of subscription to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and your current bettingpros.com username, and we will get you that upgrade processed as soon as possible. Again, the winner is Jim Gagne. Congratulations to you. You have won the 1 year of Betting Pros Premium, our giveaway for the month of June. Pretty cool to see that. I was on vacation. You're keeping up with it. That's very cool. Congrats, Jim. You have won the upgrade to Betting Pros Premium. Okay, so let's talk about Penn State, the Nittany Lions. So Penn State under James Franklin last year had a good year, good step forward. They went 11-2 overall, went 7-2 in the Big Ten. 10-year coach in James Franklin, 13th year overall, 78-36 record at Penn State, a guy who has a 102-51 record overall. So Penn State, are you ready for the big time? Gone is Sean Clifford, guy who is now in the NFL, which with the Packers is somewhat shocking because people used to make fun of him all the time saying he stinks, he's bad, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's see what Drew, I think it's Drew Aller, right? Until you say it, Aller? I think I'm saying his last name right. I forget how to say the kid's name. I watched him play, though, last year when he came in relief of Sean Clifford. And boy, 6'5", 240, five-star recruit, killer arm, big weapon, can run, can throw, franchise quarterback type potential, huge quarterback get for James Franklin. He's got weapons. He's got tight ends. Why? Penn State's tight end you. You got Lambert Smith, the receiving kids coming back, a couple of transfers that are going to come in there. And look, this offensive line is going to be very, very good for Penn State. In particular, it's a big deal, one, for the young quarterback, but Penn State's going to run the bleeping rock. They're going to have one of, if not the best running attack in the Big Ten, and that is saying something given the fact that Penn State has some tremendous, or the Big Ten has some tremendous running offenses. Can't wait to see what's going to happen here because Singleton is just unreal. I mean, the kid he's going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. If he stays healthy, he's going to be phenomenal. It's not just him, though. They've got some other backs in the rotation that are going to be effective and good for Penn State. The defense is going to be typical, okay? Manny Diaz has come over from Miami. He's building something pretty special here with this Penn State defense. They always have really dynamic players. The question is going to be the secondary. Joey Porter Jr. was tremendous, first-round pick of the Steelers. Got to make sure they can go ahead and shore up the secondary. Linebackers are going to be great. Edge rushers are going to be very good. We know what they're going to be. The defense was number one in the Big Ten in sacks and tackles for a loss last year, 16 in the nation in total D. Great in the red zone, very tough to run. They should be good, but the secondary definitely is the one question mark here for Penn State. Now, their schedule. So right now, the total win total for the Nittany Lions is 9.5. Betfred has this at -130. Okay, shop because everybody's at 9.5. But I've seen the juice anywhere from 138 to 145 to 150 down to 130. So if you have Betfred in your state, Betfred's at 130. It's not bad to take a look at Betfred for that because you're paying less juice. The schedule runs like this. West Virginia at home, Delaware at home, at Illinois. While that could be a bugaboo game, I think they win that game, okay? I think they go on the road and win that game. Home for Iowa. Look, Iowa at Penn State has always been a tough out, okay? That's not going to be an easy game for Penn State. I do think they get that W, though. At Northwestern, they're going to stink this year. Open date. They will be 5-0 going to the bye. UMass coming out of the bye is a complete cupcake layup before they go on the road to Ohio State. Tough. Let's say that's a loss. Home for Indiana at Maryland. Both games should be W's. Maryland is the one game that concerns me here tremendously. Why? They play home against Michigan the next week. They can't overlook Maryland to look ahead at Michigan. It can't happen. I don't think it will, though. They'll either win or lose, but they lose them both. We're okay because Rutgers and at Michigan State are both going to be W's. 10-2 is very, very likely for Penn State. They just can't trip themselves up, okay? Our margin for error is really small. That's why I'm not betting more than 1 unit on this, okay? Maybe it's a little bit of a hedge on Michigan too, because if Penn State were to beat Michigan at home, that's going to get us to 10 wins most likely for Penn State. So this number would cash and it would cover the 1 unit bet we made on Michigan to win the national championship, because they most likely will not go to the college football playoffs unless that's their only loss is to Penn State, which we could hit them both. Penn State can go 10-2 or 11-1, and Michigan could go and play for the college football playoffs. All very possible, all on the cards, and on the table. But the bet will be minus 130, 1.3 units down. Penn State win total over 9.5 wins on the season. I'm going to sprinkle in this as we head towards the college football season. I'll probably have 4 to 5 of these. Okay. I will also have 4 to 5 in the NFL as well. I really do like dabbling in the futures market, and I need to do more of it, to be quite honest. Okay, I like having these tickets. I like playing off these tickets, and I think this is a good spot to jump in here. Over 9.5. I think this number should be 10, but they don't want to put it at 10.5, because if they do that, everyone's going to bet the under because of Michigan and Ohio State, and that would be probably a good idea. I think 10-2 is very, very likely for Penn State. Over 9.5 wins at minus 130 at Betfred. 1.3 units down on that. Now, only one game in the Summer League I'm taking a look at. The Hornets have a lot of draft picks. The Hornets are playing with the 27th pick in this year's draft, the 2nd pick in this year's draft in Brandon Miller, although it looks like Brandon Miller has been shut down for the rest of Summer League, I believe. Let me double check. I heard this before. Let me see if he's been shut down. Maybe not. Okay. Because he went off in his 2nd game, but they still lost. They're 0-3 so far here. So I don't know. No, they're not going to shut him down yet. He played really well in his last game. So he's on the court. Doesn't matter to me. You look at the numbers, 0-3 for Charlotte so far. They've got the 41st pick in the draft this year, as well as the 11th pick in the draft in 2011 in James Bouknight, a guy that I liked a lot in college. But they're 0-3. The number, this is where shopping can definitely help, okay, to look around to see what the spreads are, to see where we are here. It's 3.5 for the New Orleans Pelicans. Point spreads haven't mattered all that much so far here, but I like, after betting on the Pelicans the first time, they're playing with the 8th pick in the 2022 draft, the 14th pick in this past year's draft, the 41st pick in last year's draft, and they've looked really good doing it. They lost their first game. They've won their last 2, and 3.5 I don't think is enough points for me to be interested in taking the dog here, given the way that Charlotte has played on the season. Charlotte has lost in Vegas 76-68 to San Antonio, 93-75 to the Lakers, and 97-93 to the Portland Trailblazers. On the other side, after losing 102-88 to Minnesota, the Pelicans defeated the Golden State Warriors 94-86 and beat Phoenix 82-73. Only bet I'm going to make today so far is going to be New Orleans minus 3.5 up against the Hornets here tonight. In Summer League, it is a 7:30 tip time Eastern time on NBA TV to watch this game. If I add anything else, I will get to you in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat to get in. All right. Pelicans minus 3.5 for 1.1 units, and Penn State over 9.5 wins for the 2023 season at 1.3 units, minus 130. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on socials at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.